obviously been out injured for the season. Really disappointing for yourself. How has it been for the last month or so?
Yeah, no, it's been difficult, obviously, not being able to be involved in the games. A lot of time when it gets, obviously, to game day, it's hard. Obviously, I want to support the boys, but it's hard, not being able to play myself. But, I just had to throw myself into my recovery, and yeah, it's been going quite well.
What is it you've had to do to begin that sort of recovery process?
So I had to get surgery to get my Achilles reattached, and then I had to have it in a cast for 2 weeks, and then I've had it in a boot, which will end up being for 6 weeks, I think. And that's just to make it fully heal. And after every 2 weeks, I've sort of been getting it adjusted to add more flexibility to it and whatnot. So I'm in the last 2 weeks of that now. So in 2 weeks, basically, I'll be able to take this off and walk as normal, which I'm looking forward to.
In terms of picking up the injury itself, talk us through perhaps what happened. I know it was in a training session, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just literally the day before Notts County, I think it was. Yeah, I had nothing out of the usual. I just jumped for a ball like I've done 1,000 times, but this time on the way down, it felt like someone kicked me in the back of my Achilles area. But yeah, no one was actually near me on the other side. So yeah, clearly that's when it's happened. I don't know why it happened, what it was. A bit of a freak injury, I guess. But yeah, that's the way it goes.
Did you realise basically straight away that it was a bad one?
Not really, no, because like I said, it felt like someone kicked me. So at this point, I thought someone was behind me. No one was, and it weren't until when Giggsy pulled my sock down. When he pulled my sock down, I could see that, normally obviously your Achilles is straight. I could see that it wasn't like that. So that's when I sort of feared the worst and thought, maybe this could be a serious injury sort of thing.
I know for a lot of lads when they, the season's finished in terms of being on the pitch, you can often not see them too often, but you seem to be here pretty much every training session, backing the lads. And it's been an important part of not just your recovery to be able to do that, but in terms of backing the lads in the goal for this season.
Yeah, no. Firstly, like you said, it's important for myself. I think it gets like the first 2 weeks when it was in a cast, and I literally just had to sit at home with my foot up. It gets boring. You know what I mean? You need to get out and about, so you don't just get stuck in your own thoughts and just not being the happiest you can be sort of thing, you know what I mean, in obviously the situation and what's happened. So there's that, but then obviously, like you said, secondly, same way when I was playing, there was people that weren't in the squads and etc. that were supporting me, that were cheering for me, wanting me to do well sort of thing. So I know now, even though I'm not playing, it's important that I've got to sort of put myself to the side in a way, get on with my stuff, but obviously support the guys, because obviously like start the season, we always wanted to, the aim was to get promoted, and it still is. So if I can support the lads with that, talking with the strikers and whatever, and do you know what I mean, just trying to be a positive influence on the team, then if we get that aim, then we've all done it together really. So yeah.
Can you use that frustration? Obviously, you're having probably your best season really of your career so far, and for it to be cut short, are you able to use that frustration as perhaps determination next season to go one better?
Yeah, most certainly. I think in my career to date, I've had a lot of downs, which I've, like you just said, I've used it to come back and be better. So that's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm throwing myself into my recovery to be back as soon as possible, and yeah, I've mentally, it's only going to make me stronger. So I think it's only going to result in a stronger and better Kwame Thomas when I'm back, sort of thing, and that's the aim for me.